Hi guys on YouTube, this is Shakira Lover Forever here. I've got the South African LG 15 kilo top loader here. It has been in the collection a good few years now, but I've never actually came round to recording it. It looks very similar to the fixed plate machine that we have, which I've also recorded just recently for you. Looks very similar, but the other one doesn't have a glass lid. This has got a glass lid so you can see exactly what's going on. It's a 15 kilo top loader, but you know, the drum actually is not massive. Like, I've seen 10 kilo machines a lot bigger than this, but maybe different countries have different specs, or maybe it was different back a few years ago. This is a fairly old machine. It's getting on. I don't know how old it is, but it's definitely getting on. And I'm going to do a video where I show you where I maximum fill the machine with like 15 kilos of bath towels. So that'll be interesting to see what action we get then. Compared to some of the other turbo drum smaller machines, the action's quite lethargic and the outer tub doesn't swing as fast as some of the other models that I've seen, but it still seems to give a really good wash and do what it's supposed to do, and you've just got to load it properly for it to get a good wash. So today I've got this medium load of towels, which I'm going to show you the medium wash action. The wash action's a little bit stronger the higher the water level you go, but in this case, with this load, I've done this similar size load before on medium level, and we got a quite good action. So that's what I want to show you today, the good action of this machine. So these towels, they've basically been the work towels in. Okay, this is going to sound really bad, but you know when you have a load of washing you need to do, and then you keep telling yourself, right, I'm going to do it tonight, and then tonight never comes, and I'm going to do it tomorrow, and then you don't do it, and then it's suddenly the middle of the week again, and then you're too tired. So these towels have been sat wet. They're my work towels, so they always get quite dirty and smelly and gross. These towels have been sat here for a few weeks, and the smell coming from them is absolutely disgusting. They've just got a little bit mildewy and whatever. So I need to give them a real good clean. So this is my test that I've got for this machine. So I'm going to pretend that I'm Australian. I've only got a top loader, and I've got these towels that need proper sanitised. Normally I would chuck them on a 90 on a front loader to get that good result. But we're going to pretend and see how we get on with a top loader, especially since most modern boilers only reach about 50 degrees. So my incoming water is usually about 46 in the winter with my new boiler. So, you know, it's not that great. But I'm just trying to think that if I do a wash with some soaking and the proper chemicals, to see if I can get a really good result for these towels, to see if it is possible. So I'm going to set up the machine and let it start filling. I'll just put, because this actually fills through, it's got little detergent bits there. So I'm gonna do a concoction of chemicals, just a couple of things. So I've got some Vanish here, a full scoop of Vanish. I think it's actually what do you call that stuff? I think it's OxyClean, like the American version that I've put in that tub. And we're going to use some Arm & Hammer Alpine Clean Powder. This actually is really good stuff, and it's got the baking soda in it, so it's supposed to neutralise the odours. And it seems to work really well. I love this big scoop. So for a large heavy soiled standard washing machine top load, it's to line 3, which is right in the middle there. See how small the first line is? That's for like front loaders. But since these are dirty and it's a top loader, we're going to use this amount. I don't know if I'll get it all in there, so I might have to put some in the tub. Trying to do it without being messy. Smells really nice, this Alpine Clean. So let's hope that it's gonna actually clean the towels and give them a good wash, because they are disgusting. I'm going to add my softener later, because I'm going to just let it do its full cycle and see how they smell, just with the Vanish and the Arm & Hammer. So let's start the machine up and we're going to do a soak. So we'll choose the cycle. We're going to do heavy. There's all your cycles there. Fuzzy just means normal, like sensor wash. High beeper. We're going to choose the water level because when it senses, it usually senses a bit more on these heavy turbo loads. So I'm going to just choose medium. Might have to adjust it if it's not right. We're going to do hot wash with cold rinse, heavy soil, which is 1 hour long, and we're going to add a soak, which adds half an hour. All right. Now my memory is getting a bit full on this phone until I upload some more videos, so I'll have to potentially pause the video so that you get to see all the bits of the machine. I'm going to pause it when it's doing its soak anyway, because that's just, you don't need to see the full soak. But the soak action is really cool. It does, every 10 seconds, it does a little burst back and forth. Just to keep the stuff kind of moving. Right, I hope you enjoy the video. 6 minutes in, we're just going to start. It's a really nice machine. It's quite smart and just does what it's supposed to do. Only thing that's weird about this machine, it doesn't turn the drum as it fills, whereas most of the other LGs do. As I say, this is a slightly older model, so yeah, it's slightly different to today's ones. Very smart though. We've got the matching dryer to this. You've probably seen it in one of my videos, but I thought it was time to show you the actual washing machine of it. Right, we've got a hot fill coming in now. Glass is getting steamy, so I normally rub some Rain-X or dishwashing rinse aid across the glass, but I can actually open the lid because of I've put this little magnet here, so it lets me see inside. Right, I'll let it get to the level and then I'll show you when it starts. Hello, right, I think we're almost at the level. It's almost halfway up the tub, which is medium. Oh, a little bit of powder in there, damn it. It'll come out in the rinse. Oh, there we go, right, we started washing. It'll probably top up because it thinks it's not got enough water. Oh, there we go. That's a pretty good action. Look at the outer tub's actually moving quite well today. Mixing it all around. That's probably not a bad level. As you can see, it's all blooming and coming up and round the side. That's what you want to see, how it mixes like that, because then you've got the turbidity of the outer tub of the filters there catching it and moving it, then you've got the bottom tub going in the opposite direction, so it's actually a pretty decent action. And if it needs more water, the machine will sense it and give more water, but that's fine. Very quiet machine. Very quiet, just gets on with it. You don't need to worry about it. You can put it on heavy, it'll give you 2 rinses and it'll put the softener in the final rinse. It really is a no-nonsense washer. What I like to do is normally I'll let it wash at the lower level to give it a good scrub, and then sometimes for the rinses I put the level up just to see the difference, to see what the best movement we get. So it does that every 10 seconds or so, which is quite a lot for half an hour. So once it gets to 50 minutes, it will start washing again. You see how it's just enough to move it, enough to get the soap moving. It's quite good, really. So we're like warm. It's not that hot, but that's why I'm opting for the chemical route today. More chemicals hopefully will clean them as well as a front loader would. Perfect for your whites though, this soaking action. That's what I like about a top loader. You can soak stuff and it can sometimes give you the same or almost the same results as you would get in a front loader on a hotter wash. As I say, I've only got a limited recording time on this, so I'm not going to show you the full thing. But I'll get as much as I can in for you. Smells nice, the water. I love the smell of that Arm & Hammer stuff. It's so nice. It's this one's Alpine Clean and it's really nice. It just smells fresh and clean. The water's quite dirty already. But yeah, on the first rinse I'll show you a higher level, and then on the second rinse I'll show you an even higher, just so you can decide for yourself what level you would choose. Like, you want it to be a low level, but not too low that it doesn't move the stuff. That's fine that everything's moving just nicely. Like, it's just enough water for the stuff to get moved round. whereas a higher level is good for the stuff flowing through the water more than the scrubbing action. So you'll see how they smell after the load's finished, and then I'll add some softener, and I'm going to add some sanitizer if I still think the smell of it. I might just add it anyway, freshen them right up. Right, I'll come back when it's washing. Got 54 minutes left. It's actually, it did a slight top up. It did a top up and then it agitated in the middle of the soak, and I think it's still on soak. Yeah, it's just doing these little short, sharp bursts. So we're still in soak. We've added enough water that the water pours over the top here. It comes up and pours over, so it's a little bit of extra action there. It's a good level. I reckon that's more medium to large we've got now by the time it's topped up. Oh, and again. So the soak lights come off early, and so it looks like we're doing the normal action. However, it's quite short, sharp bursts, so it's actually moving them really well. It's like a scrub action, but it should go back to the longer strokes. Right, I'll come back towards the end of the wash. "45 minutes left, and we're doing the little fill that it does where it fills the bleach section and then it pours into here. And then it drops into the water. We're still doing this short stroke action. Maybe it's just a different action it does when you've done a soak cycle. But it's certainly moving everything around. A couple minutes left and then we'll be at the end of the wash. See, it's a bit pointless to bleach because it hasn't had a chance to mix around the load fully, and it's going to drain in a sec. So slight design flaw there. I think this is it balancing for the spin. Yep, there you go. Alright. I'll let it drain, I'll show you a bit of the spin. Does a little pulse first. Now they've missed a trick with this machine because they could do a spray rinse because the water falls right directly where it needs to go. Even on normal where it does one rinse, they could have added a spray rinse in there, but they didn't. So it just does one deep rinse or two deep rinses. pump's turned off and so has the motor, so it's just coasting down. There's no brake on this machine. It just coasts all the way down until it stops, which can take a wee while. I do quite like the top loaders that coast down, because the older top loaders, they have a brake and it just shuts down completely, like really quick. I quite like the slow coast. Slight break there. See, they look really clean. Right, we're on rinse 1 of 2. I'll put the level actually up to medium large. Actually, I'll give you large level. Oh no, I'll do that, and then in the next one, I'll put it up to extra large just to show you the difference. We've just started agitating, literally just a second ago. We'll do large level, and then I'll show you extra large on the next one. There's not a massive difference between them, really. Like large is as large as you would want to go for most loads. It's moving them quite well through the water, isn't it? I like the lower level for washing, but I like the higher level for rinsing. But either way, you'd be fine. Fairly short rinses, but it seems to still mix all the softener around and everything, so, you know, unless you had a big bulky load, most of the time it's fine. Everything gets evenly softened. I'll put the rinse level up to extra large and we'll see what that does. I shall come back for the rinse. Final rinse with extra large level selected. My phone screen's a bit weird and it shows all the lights flashing, but the only lights flashing are that one and the rinse light. The rest are all stuck on. I don't know what it shows up, but to me it looks like they're all flashing on this camera. On this phone camera. Right, 15 minutes left and we're just going to start the rinse. Almost there. This is the highest level you can get. Literally almost at the very top. This is your highest level. There's a lot more room for everything to flow around. But if it was the wash level, I don't think there's quite enough scrubbing underneath. I think you've got to have a lower level, but if you had a really dirty load, you could maybe soak them in this level. I don't know. What do you think? quite a short spin as well, and it's not very long. It's not very long, and it's not very fast. Of all the LG top loaders I've seen, this is probably the slowest. It looks about 700, 750 maybe. But being a big wide tub, it normally spins them out better than what you think. There you go, we're coasting down already. Alright, there you have it. That's the wash finished. I'm going to just have a little sniff test and have a look and let you know what I think of the result. Alright, here's my verdict. So I've had a look. The towels are definitely clean and they're definitely white. They feel clean and there's no bad smell whatsoever. It's definitely taken the smell out. It's just like, it's hard to explain, but if you get me, it smells like it doesn't smell like they've been in a hot wash, if you get what I mean. You know when you do a really hot wash in towels, like a 60 or a 90, and they come out and they smell like really kind of like new, like clean. They smell like hot, if you get what I mean. They don't smell hot, but they definitely don't smell bad. The smell's completely gone. It's completely neutralized. And I don't feel the need to put them through another wash or whatever. I think they came up absolutely fine. So if I had a top loader only and I had to sanitize in it, I'd be okay just using the chemical, I suppose. You'll use an extra vanish or whatever. But lucky I do have front loaders and I can do sanitized washes whenever I need. But in this case, for a scenario like this, you would be okay with a top loader on its own. But for me, I just prefer having front loaders because I can do a proper 60 degree or a 90 degrees, because in my head, that's how we sanitize the laundry and keep the machines clean. But thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the video and learned a little bit of stuff. I don't know. But yeah, little experiment there that you can have a top loader and have it work for you. All right. See you in the next one.